So we've got the good, the bad, and the different. On the new side, the different side, Perception Neuron has given some software and firmware updates. So for the Perception Neuron Studio software, as well as for the gloves, for the suit, and for the receiver element, there are firmware updates as well. So I wanted to try those out before the upcoming workshop and stuff. And unfortunately, when I did, and this is now getting into the bad, I'm having glove issues. I contacted their tech support, and so far nothing really helpful. There were comments like, "Don't touch the computer with your gloves," which is great if you're not doing this by yourself, but I can't start the calibration without touching the keyboard with my gloved hand if I'm doing the suit in the glove. So I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way to make these gloves work. I'll run some more tests, but if I can't get it consistently working before the public workshop on Thursday, we might just have to not have gloves. Or we might just have to explain, sorry, we have these $1,500 gloves as well, but they're not really working consistently, or we'll try them and we'll see.
All right, so I thought I would post an update here. Setting this up in part now because with the Perception Neuron Studio system, they recently pushed a software and a firmware update for the sensors and the gloves and the receiver box. And so I got all that updated. And then I started having some glitching issues with gloves, where they end up like having really weird, my hand will be here and the avatar hand will be like this, or otherwise messed up. So been back and forth with them a couple times today, and now they want to see a video of me going through the calibration process so that they can see if I'm doing that wrong. And I thought it'd be a way to share another update with this and some of the other stuff that I've been playing with in Unity. So we can show some of the new calibration process and all for Perception Neuron.
I was told not to bother with the hand sensors, but as you'll see in this test here in a moment, I did try it both with the hand sensors and without the hand sensors. Didn't work either way. For a while, the day before this, I was having problems where the hands were like at a weird angle like this and just not working. And so they emailed back, Perception Neuron emailed back and said, can we see you going through the calibration process to see if you're doing something wrong? And then the right glove just didn't work at all. So we'll see. So this was the video that I recorded in part just to send it to them. You get to see our lovely Malt Center offices in the background here in our window view, which is pretty sweet. This is right outside my office. So that's the new and that's the bad. And then when we're done with that, we'll show the good, which is some of the stuff happening with Unity, which is great.
So it has this new thing where it first connects with those where it just wants to be totally still. And so this is if I had to turn it off or something, So if I had to, if I accidentally turned the power off the sensors button or something, this would be the new way to quick connect without having to put everything back in the box and get it set up that way. So, I'm going to get these on now. And I'll probably fast forward this so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. So while I'm doing this, the things I have coming up this next Thursday in 6 days, we have a masterclass with Michelle Ladd-Williams, who's done a lot of specifically combat coordination for MoCap as her primary thing in film. This poor thing's getting all messed up right now. It's not calibrated yet. And so she's going to have a public workshop here, and then Friday morning she's also going to come talk to my MFA cohort, which is who I did the MoCap experiments with last week. So they have all had at least some basic experience in the suit, and they've had some content uploaded to their Canvas page that they may or may not have read at this point. I think when I had them come up before, or maybe 2 or 3 of them hadn't read it yet. Which, you know, in this day and age, that's part of the course. Not everybody does their homework. And that's okay. We'll muddle through. And then in the week or 2 after that, as we get close to the end of the quarter, end of the semester, there are also public events that are coming out of the grant that helped buy this stuff and helped bring Michelle in. So for the Glendon Fellowship and the Friedman Fellowship, which are the ones that I got this year to work on it. I also utilized ACES Plus funds last year to get some of this. But those will have sort of public presentations from all of the scholars who've been working on various projects with those funds over the course of the last year. So that's also coming up. I don't think any of those are going to be a live demo kind of thing, but I will be, they wanted PowerPoints. I've got some video we'll be showing as a part of that. The hand sensors, I was told, are completely optional if you're using the gloves. I tried it both with and without this morning, and it didn't seem to make a difference. Both ways were kind of messed up. But you can always turn them off just by holding down the button for like 4 seconds. So I'll go ahead and start calibrating as though I'm going to have them, and maybe try turning them off later and see if that helps. So go through my process here, and then I'll just clip out the part of the calibration to send to the Noitom folks so we can continue our tech support conversation. All right, right. Okay, cool, I think we're good. So what they've added is a traveling thing, as well as some different stuff with the hands. So we start with the same T-pose and A-pose that we've had. And A-pose. And then this is the new one where they want me to walk 6 steps. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps are about 3 meters. And now this one also is moving, so I want us to start here and travel up. And then this is the same as it's been. Their picture on that shows them like this, but when I watch their demo, they just hold them this way, so I don't think it matters either way. And so now, looking at this, they're not exactly lining up where they should. Record this also. So, yeah, my hands overlap. Actually, one of them, this right glove isn't responding at all. Oh, it's blinking, not solid. Huh. So the left one actually looks okay right now, but the right one's not working at all. The hand sensor is, but the glove isn't. So let's try going through that calibration again. Same thing. See if that works. Oh, right glove is still not working at all. The light is on. So I could try putting a new battery in it and seeing if that helps. The firmware updates to the gloves, it kept saying low battery can't do it, even though I went through like 3 sets of brand new batteries. And eventually just retrying it, eventually it accepted it. All right, so there's a fresh battery. It just vibrated, so I'll assume that means it's connecting. I'll try this again. Yeah, right glove is still not working at all. Wow. So that was if I turn off that sensor. Nothing from the right side at all. But the left side was working fine, which it wasn't this morning. So, shoot. Well, there you go. I guess, Tom, we have some conversations to have. There's no visible damage. It was working before the update. It's got brand new batteries in it. Lights are on. Nobody's home, which is great. So there was actually an initial bad, which is that I screwed things up trying to update files in here. So lesson of number one of this is don't mess with stuff right before you have a public presentation, because then you panic when things start to not go right and you might have screwed up the file that you had. But good news is we now have this working. I have been able to make some progress thanks to a student I've been working through the Friedman Fellowship with. Morgan has been able to help me out with some of the Unity stuff, so that now we have more of the Mixmo characters coming in, and also a fun little extra collaboration to try and get things a little bit more themed as we work towards this public workshop at Case. I was able to get a set model set in our new Rogue Green Theater at the Molt Center for the Performing Arts from our set designer, Jill, was able to give me a digital model in an FBX format that I could drop right into our Unity set. And so now we can actually watch these characters also move around in our theater space. This was not a model designed specifically for this purpose, so it hasn't been fully colored in and textured and stuff like that, populated with all seats and everything, because it was really more about set design, not about modeling the theater space. But I thought it was kind of a fun thing to be able to drop in now as well.